Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and otherwise, to the greatest game of all, Yerth. Prepare to witness a spectacle of pure embarrassment. We will begin now.
Welcome. And, whoops, apologies. I forgot to switch on the Halloween intro on this, so hopefully the next recorded game will have the Halloween intro. For now, we're just gonna have the glorious default intro. Let me just make sure it's recording. Okay, so casual series, we're back at it. Jimmy, won their last matchup quite handily. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the scoreboard. I was not prepared. All right. Jimmy won their last matchup quite handily with the use of Chessman, which is featured in our last uploaded match highlights, or the October 12th round 2 of Casual Series. I'm very distracted. I'm still trying to open the scoreboard. We're just waiting to start. We're off.
Let the suffering begin.
And we're off. Okay, so let's see where Nightmare is going. I think he's going to get the glitch. We've seen a lot of times in these recordings, we've seen a lot of, oh my gosh, we've seen a lot of players get the glitch item, which, as a reminder, is a drop item. When you drop it from your hand, it teleports you 5 blocks above where you're standing. And Rubix / Vincent is his actual name. Rubix is going to Castle Zack. So I want to see if he's disabling the Hunter tablet or if he's just going to get the stone. So if he disables the tablet, he's going to go in this tunnel and crawl through here and press that button right there, which means that the hunters can't access the tablet. But no, he is not doing that. He's going to go up here. So let's see if the hunters are on their trail.
Wow, they are looking snazzy.
Okay, so where... Okay, so he's in San Francisco. Let's see where Peter Griffin is trying to go. I think he might be checking to see, or he's just getting the Jeff tablet. I didn't see the classes they picked. Chicken and Prankster. So yeah, they're gonna need some melee help, which is why he's gonna be getting the Jeff tablet. Fortified Stone. That would be Vincent or Rubik's, and he's doing the classic Interpearl to the grindstone. There he goes up there. We got the City Stone from Nightmare. There goes Rubik's getting the grindstone. And I haven't checked on the other hunter, Commander Zan. Oh, he's way behind. He's way behind. So he should have noticed that Rubik's got the grindstone. That already popped up on the screen, so I think he's making just a mistake. He might have not noticed or thought about that, but yeah, he made a pretty big mistake going in there when we had already seen that Rubik's got the grindstone. So he's basically getting this stuff for free right now. Normally, the hunter should just run right past, even if the seeker goes into Zack and you're behind them, you should just either wait outside or start running to the grindstone immediately, because you know that they're almost always going to interpearl here. I mean, I won't say almost always, but it is a very common play. Here he's getting that iron sword, and there goes Peter Griffin taking the Jeff tablet. So we will likely see that come into play. That would be particularly dangerous with the chicken class, which gives you elytra and flying abilities. Who got that? That was Nightmare, I believe. Yep. Is he getting the Interpearl? Does he have a basic key? Yep. Getting the Interpearl. Let's have a steamy time. It's a steam power plant. Geothermal. Right. Let's check on Commander Zan. See if he's recovered. Oh, he's getting the nighttime. Maybe. I don't know. He's pretty early if he's trying to go to that. Let's check on Rubik's. Blossom Stone, a classic. Fun fact about the Blossom Stone. Well, it's not a fun fact. It's just a fact. You should get it every single round. If a Seeker does not get the Blossom Stone, then it's really just a missed opportunity. This will eventually be the Infernal Forest. Right now it's a bit under construction. But if you've watched previous videos, you'll recall that this used to just be random trees. So it's going to be a little better than that. Rubik says, what's going on here? Oh, that's oh, okay. No time to explain why that dirt's there. So, Rubix has recently discovered how awesome the subway is. Actually, um, it's just an underground transport. Well, I'm just defining what a subway is. Yeah, so he's using that to get around. Let's see. So they're off to a very good start on the stones. They've already got 7, and it hasn't even been 5 minutes yet left. So averaging more than 1 stone a minute is really good. Obviously, you can't maintain that rate for the whole game. Well, most of the time you probably can't. So we won't necessarily extrapolate that they're going to end up with 35 points at this rate. But it's a really, really good start to get. They're probably going to end up with 8 or 9 in the first 5 minutes. That's fantastic. Are we going for power cell play? I'm not sure if they're going to try to get all 3. Technically, you're not allowed to use those as block loot. I don't know if we clarified that. Let me just. Clarify. In case that's what he thought, we need to clarify some rules with people, basically. All right, let's see where the
25 minutes remaining.
Okay, so I thought that Peter Griffin is fairly close to the temple, but let's see the other hunter, because I thought he had been. Yeah, he's right next to the temple. Oh, over here. Once it loads in. Fair. This is supposed to be a mountain eventually, just in case anyone's wondering what's going on with that. I would assume he's gonna go to the. I hope he's getting the temple because he's right next to it. All right, so 7 stones in the first 5 minutes is our final count. That's very, very good. So because they saw that the Jeff tablet was looted, so right here they saw that. Assuming it actually gets activated, the Seekers need to go ahead and forget about trying to fight the Hunters because
reality is trembling. What a spectacle!
Having that netherite sword with the sharpness that the Jeff tablet gives you is just going to make it way too difficult to actually survive a fight with the Hunters. The only chance they would have probably is...
Now the Seekers are really in for it.
That's the nighttime getting activated. So the only chance that the Seekers would probably have fighting them is if they activate the Autumn Season Power, which gives the Hunters weakness 2 for the rest of the round. So that would pretty significantly reduce the damage of the Hunters, but it might still not be good enough. Alright, so he's getting the Expert Key. That was an Expert Key that he was getting, which is used to unlock certain loot items. Peter Griffin is coming around here. Oh, we saw the Dwarven Stone, didn't we? That's why he's going over there. That's the Dwarven City, where we just saw. Nightmare's walling. Peter Griffin was in hot pursuit, but he probably has no idea where Nightmare went at that point. Okay, so Zan is going to have to get a little bit closer to a Seeker location. It seems like he's been over here for a while. I'm not sure why he's just kind of hanging around there. And also, just for context, Zan has not played in a few months now, actually. So we'll not we won't be too critical of his gameplay. I expect that he'll probably be a little bit better on the Seeker side of things because Hunter can be actually a little trickier than Seeker sometimes. He's got people stones. He's going to be flying off. Let's see if anybody is in the vicinity. Yep, Peter Griffin's coming, but he's not close enough to make much of an impact. So if Rubix gets out of there quickly enough, then he should be fine. And so he's on the move. He's going towards Olga's Ender Pearl, which has been featured in many videos now. It's this pink building with the balcony. So he's on the way. Let's see how... Oh, Peter Griffin's going to end up fairly close, and he is going to the right side because he knows that Rubix is likely headed to the Pearl. Also, the compass is maybe pointed at Rubix, but it could be pointed at... Oh, I think it is pointed at Rubix because Nightmare is closer to the edge of the map. So the compass is only going to point at one Seeker and only the Seeker that's closer towards the center. So Rubix It might have just switched, but so Nightmare gets the horrible stone that gives them to 10 collected stones, and if you happen to watch all of these, apologies that I explain this every single time, but in the hopes that we have new viewers, the scoreboard at the bottom of the screen is different from the scoreboard at the side, the right side there. So that's showing you how many stones they've collected. The scoreboard at the bottom is telling you how many they've actually turned in officially. So stones only count once you. For your supper will be. Stones only count when you actually turn them in at the middle of the map. So once they actually turn them in, I will put them on scoreboard. Oh, they are teaming up on a Seeker here, which is potentially a bad idea, because it lets the other Seeker essentially do whatever they want. Nightmare is going into the Ethereal Realm, which you can teleport to from Horrible City. He's going into the Lava Fortress. So we'll check back up on Rubik's, because he's about to be in trouble here, I think. But honestly, since I think Commander Zan was having some trouble finding his way around and stuff like that, it might work better in one situation like this to have them just both together so that Peter Griffin can kind of make sure he knows where Zan is going. But he is headed over to the Lava Fortress, more or less. Oh yeah, he's walling from over here, I think. Or no. Oh, I think he's headed to the temple to activate that again. So let's see what Nightmare does in the Lava Fortress. Let's get the cool underneath shot here. And he goes into the throne room.
20 minutes remaining.
Wait, did he press 2 of these buttons?
What the heck? Haha. Do you get it?
He either pressed 2 of those buttons or I need to check that. Anyway. So, here he goes to the, he's just gonna get the stone. Where are the hunters again? So, wait, did they not?
Reality is trembling. What a spectacle.
They didn't chase Rubik's into Castle Jeff? What the heck? Why did they not chase him in there? So, yeah, I can understand Peter going for the temple, but I don't understand how they didn't go in and pressure Rubik's trying to get Jeff. Because now, see, he's gonna, this is the commands for 3 buttons you can press so we can keep track of. He's gonna press 3 buttons and try to get a really good sword, or not. He's just gonna leave. Never mind. Well, like I said at the beginning, it probably wouldn't make much sense for them to try to go for combat, with the hunters probably getting the Jeff tablet.
Now the Seekers are really in for it.
So I think Zan still doesn't quite know where to go right now. Wait, did I just see a... No, I don't know. So Nightmare has since left the Lava Fortress, and basic key from Rubik's. Alright, we haven't really had an actual... Well, both... I don't understand how both hunters were chasing Rubik's, and then he just goes into Jeff, and then all of a sudden neither of them are chasing him. That was... Maybe I missed something, but that... I was quite surprised to see that. I think that's Nightmare, yep. So he's gonna get the... We've seen this a few times, too. This is the most popular use of the glitch. So he's going to get the Slither Stone right here. So he's inside the snake. He's gonna stand up on top of it, then glitch onto the top of the snake. Because it teleports you 5 blocks up. They're gonna end up... If they keep up this rate, they're gonna end up with a really high score. So he gets the Slither Stone, and then we'll see him pop up. There he goes. I think Peter Griffin was getting close. Yep, there he is. So he's gonna wait down here. Nightmare's probably interpearling to the seasons, or he's just gonna run the other way. But I believe Peter should be able to see his name tag from the ground. Nope, he thinks he's going to the seasons. Or not. The compass might be pointed at Nightmare right now, so he could see he didn't go that way. Is he gonna switch out his diamond boots for the feather falling? Looks like it. Oh, I think he's still going to try to do this season's Interpearl throw. Peter Griffin is in pursuit. So what's going on with Rubik's and Zan? Is Zan anywhere close? Zan's coming up. No, I'm not entirely. It's way too early to get the temple again, so I'm not. Okay, so he's gonna activate the. Yeah, I don't think they've activated any radar towers yet. I might not recall. I think that was probably. Yep, he went up there. That was a really bad time to do that because Nightmare just threw the Ender Pearl, and it landed really well. So Sam is now stranded on the snake. That was a very bad idea for him to go up there. I'm honestly kind of confused why he did that. Or he has the chicken class. That's why he did it. Never mind. So he'll just Elytra. He'll just fly down onto the seasons. Never mind. So that was a good idea. Apologies, Peter Griffin. I think I accidentally called him Sam. um, that was
How refreshing.
that was a very good move. Okay, so chicken.
Reality is trembling. What a spectacle.
Oh wow, yeah. So chicken is. Yeah. Nightmare's dead. All right.
Say hi to the short people for me.
Oh my gosh. Did he? Oh my. That is so cool. He used the dwarven city teleporting item while he was falling. Okay, that was. Oh my gosh, that was extremely well played. Okay, that was like top-notch Earth content right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and otherwise. Oh my goodness. Um, okay, so Peter Griffin used the Elytra from the chicken class to fly from the snake to seasons, which was a fantastic play. And then it looked like all was over for Nightmare. All hope was lost. But as he was falling, as he was falling, he used his teleporting item and saved himself in an amazing fashion. That was extremely well played. All right.
15 minutes remaining.
So let's see if they get that season power. And we'll see if Peter Griffin goes to turn in the Jeff tablet to activate, which he can do now. If he goes to the wall from the corner right over there, it'll take him right to the spot where he needs to do that. So he's in. Okay, why has Zan been over here so much? I feel like half the time I teleport to him, he's hiding in that corner. Where was Vincent again? Okay, sorry, Rubik's. Right. Thought he was maybe trying to get daytime for a second. And Peter is, oh my gosh, the lag. Peter is indeed walling to activate the tablet, I believe. Alright, well, not much going on at the moment. Kind of just a lot of stones are being collected, namely, and the hunters are not. Oh, they're exchanging items? Ooh, I want to see this. Oh. Okay, so I bet he just gave Nightmare the expert key because Nightmare is going to get the Pentecostal spell, which is right over here and right around this corner. And then I don't know why they specifically wanted Nightmare to have that, but it might have something to do with Vincent heading towards the temple to get daytime. Nightmare was killed by magic? What? Okay, we're pausing. I might need to help. I have no idea what just happened. He just got killed by a command or something. There is a minefield right here. This actually kills you when you walk across it for too long.
Connor, what's a minefield?
There's a area right you were right behind the
Oh,
St.
I didn't know that
right?
was there.
Yeah.
Death then. I'll just count down. Or
Okay.
you count it down.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello? Let me join your gym.
All right, we've got it sorted.
Reality is trembling. What a spectacle.
Okay, so it was an issue of when you walk across this little stretch here, it's actually a minefield, and it kills you.
Is that castle finished yet?
And then the joke about Castle Jeff. All right, so they have their netherite swords, which we can see Peter Griffin is holding. What's Oh, Vincent going in. Sorry, Rubik's. I've done that like 7 times now. Rubik's going in the pyramid. I don't know if I've seen him do this before. And he's gonna go down and get the throne. I don't think there's the hunter anywhere close to him right now. Not really. This is really laggy right now. This is fight.
Insert stereotypical Egyptian music.
They still haven't actually turned in that's a throne that gives him strength until somebody else deactivates it, and then you can escape with these bombs. He's gonna run away. This is a little janky, but not sure what Zan just did. Maybe he was trying to get back to spawn quicker. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. What is Nightmare doing? Oh, he's doing the Connor Gambit named after myself. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. He can jump onto these carpets. I'm not sure if he realizes that. What is he doing? Does he not know about that? Or is a hunter over here? Nope.
The hunters will not like this one.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he doesn't know that he can land on these carpets. Was that the winter power, I think? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I think that voice line is for winter. Wait. I wish there's no chat record, I guess. Hold on. I can check which one's activated. I wasn't paying attention. No, that was autumn, I think. Winter says this one feels personal. Yeah, that was autumn. So they are trying to maybe do combat. If they're not trying to do combat, I don't think it would do. Okay. Anyway, Peter is camping this fountain, so this is where Rubik's is gonna fly back out unless he uses the caves. So Peter Griffin obviously knows that, and he's going to camp. So Vincent is in. Oh my gosh, I do it every time. Rubik's is in trouble. Oh wait, they turned in stones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Let me show this chase scene first. Oh, he missed. Is Rubik's gonna escape because of that? No, he's not.
10 minutes remaining.
Alright, nice kill. That means they're gonna have all of their points turned in, so that should be 17. I don't know what team is what. Whoops. I don't know if they actually decided that. Okay, they're Jimmy, so this is the Larry team, which is gonna give. It's looking like Larry might get another win, so I don't approve of this. All right, so they got 17 points now. Nightmare's out of the game. I don't know where he fell from. Was not watching him. But he's out. So Vincent oh my gosh, I have literally done that every single time. Rubik's is the only seeker left and he has 1 life. So it's pretty unlikely that they get any more points now. So 17. I keep telling people it's the average score. I'm just saying. I'm a little disappointed in them that they only ended up with 17 points. They were looking better than a 17-point game, to be honest. Well, the problem is that I don't think Nightmare knew about the minefield, which is kind of a, I mean, admittedly, it's a pretty bad thing to not know about, but it's really hard to make sure people know about everything. So he didn't know about that, so he died there, and then I don't know where he fell from. And then Rubik's was obviously killed by Peter Griffin. I will say after the fact now, it was a pretty bad idea, I think, for him to go for the Stingy Stone where he came out of the fountain in the Beetopia. It was a pretty bad idea for him to go for that stone right after getting a season power because it's right next to it. And once you get a season power, you know that the hunters are going to be running over there. So I think it was a bad idea to go for something in that close of proximity. So the only chance that Rubik's has here is if he turns the compass off. What the heck? Okay. the only the only chance is if he turns the compass off and if he doesn't light himself on fire. So, one of those two things is gonna have to be true. Um, not exact. I mean, he's probably just kind of running around right now, and there's not too many options. Peter Griffin is hot on his trail. Let's see if they're trying to pincer him. Oh, a little bit, yeah. All right, good to see that. Good to see that from the Hunters. Well, they're on the Jimmy team, so I need them to lock in next round. I really don't want Jimmy to be 3 and 6. It's getting rough over here. Can't be any worse than 2 and 5 though, right? No, it can be worse, but okay. So Rubik's has a pretty good lead on them at the moment, but they do have speed level 1. It would have made more sense for them to get the summer power or winter, perhaps. I don't think getting autumn made any sense because I don't think he's trying to fight the hunters. And at that point, reducing the damage of the Jeff tablet with the autumn power, if you're not trying to fight them, just doesn't really do anything, I don't think. Especially because he hasn't gotten any armor or real protection increases. Well, I say that just as he put on some extra armor, but like I don't think it made any sense to get the autumn tablet. Sorry, autumn power. I think that was kind of a waste of a season power. Definitely should have gotten summer, because the summer actually has a baseline speed 1, and that would cancel out the hunter speed, and you also get faster boosts than that too. So he would just literally be faster than the hunters, which would help him much more than the autumn power, because they do so much damage in melee that the reduction isn't really going to make that big of an impact. I have no idea. They probably don't know he's down there. Doesn't look like it. Or they are. They're still following the compass, but the problem is the compass just points laterally. So he's like, Rubik's is under the ground here. So the compass is pointing from up here, and they don't realize he's underground. Because I don't think they saw him go into, it's called Undertale, where he is. I haven't played Undertale, but this is modeled after Undertale. So if somebody has played that game, they probably recognize whatever this is. This area is still kind of in development, so I personally don't know what's going on here. But there is a sword over here. It says advanced. I thought it was expert. Maybe I changed it back. I don't know. Okay, well, he's skipping that. I don't know why he went down here. Maybe he thought this was his only chance of skip, but the problem is they can still just follow the compass. Why is what? Oh, he's going up to get a Elytra spot. I think he actually might just be waiting up here to find out where. Oh, he's just flying now. Oh, well, I mean, it's faster than running. No, actually, that's that's a really good play. Look how fast he can get around by doing that. I don't know why he wanted to come over here in particular. I guess he was on the other side of the map and he saw where the compass was pointing. Oh yeah, that makes sense because he's coming from that way, and we'll see him over here now. Yep, okay, that makes sense. I like what he just did. That was good. So he used the chicken to get over there really quick. Rubik's should probably. He could try to get the Colt Stone in this tent here. I don't know. He's kind of just wasting time right now. He's not collecting any points. He's just kind of running around, eating up the clock. I mean, he made it back to the safe zone. I don't think it matters. I don't think there were any stones and leftovers, but there might have been some items. Yeah. So he was trying to get back to get those items. I don't know if he's just going to try to fight them. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with his last life here, so he might just try to fight them. So, in regards to Zan's positioning here, as a kind of a hunter tips thing, I don't think this makes sense to stand here because
5 minutes remaining.
They're not going to go out that tunnel, but obviously, so if they go out a different tunnel, he's not in a position where he can actually react to that. He can't really he doesn't have any mobility from this spot. I think when the Seekers are in the safe zone, you should pretty much just stay up at the top here and just try to watch the map and see what direction they go from there. So see, Vincent, obviously, Rubik's is just going to go out the other side. He did block this off with the Prankster Bedrock, though, so... Because he is the, if we recall, the Prankster class, which gives you some Bedrock that you can use to block off tunnels, which he will do right here. Although, why did he run all the way? I don't know what he's doing. I would have expected him to just place the blocks here and then leave. There's 5 minutes remaining. Peter Griffin now essentially has infinite flight time on his Elytra. I think we're just kind of waiting for this round to be over. I don't think Rubik's is going to be able to do anything. He did a teleporting button, but I hear Peter flying around. There he is. Yeah, so he's just gonna fly to catch up with him. So this is over. This is definitely it doesn't matter that he gets the stone because he's not gonna be able to turn it in. There we go. All right, there's the round. Technically, 18 stones collected, only 17 turned in. All right, we'll catch you for the second round.